On the 12th day of Chickenfoot, Chad finally said to us, "Bitten by the wolf." Bitten by the Wolf's one of my favorite songs on the album. It's becoming my favorite live song now because it's so cool, and we weren't going to play it, and now it is, and it's the extra track on the record, but it is so authentic. Bitten by the Wolf, if I may give you a little hint, is a little bit of Anne Rice. It's really about vampires living forever, and it's just a little twist about it, and I think it's very clever. It's actually Joe's idea to call it Live Forever. And I was talking about New Orleans and all that stuff before, and I thought, yeah, what a great idea to throw that vampire thing in there. And Bitten by the Wolf is just really authentic gold blues. I would like to see this band venture a little bit more into that. Sometime maybe do a little EP or something of just really hard blues for a 20-minute little EP. I think we would just kill it.
Bitten by the Wolf, to me, totally reminds me of sitting on a porch in the swamp, in the middle of New Orleans or somewhere in the deep South, on a rocking chair, just the good old boys just jamming away on it. It's recording the song was like kind of right off the cuff. Joe had an idea and was playing on the guitar. I actually hadn't even planned on playing bass when we did the demo. We were trying to find the right drum sound. Chad put a makeshift drum set together. He didn't have brushes. He wanted to use brushes. He used a drumstick that they took snares off a snare drum and taped them to the stick for brushes. It was one of those songs where we had a vibe going, and it was like, what can we find around the studio to make this vibe happen? And it was the funkiest way to come up and put a song together. And then, of course, and Sammy, and I think it was Joe, came up with the kind of the vampire type vibe, the deep South, we're gonna live forever type thing. And when that came together, it was just kind of like the perfect marriage with the feel of the song. Chad says, I was listening to Bitten by the Wolf the other day, and I was thinking, man, we should do something to maybe open it up at the end. And we're thinking like, Andy and I are going, yeah, that'd be great. All of a sudden the whole band kicks in, ba 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 ba, and just ride it out heavy. And it actually turned out to be the perfect thing because we actually had the song finished, right out with the chorus and big hand claps and a bunch of guys standing around a microphone singing, whoa, yeah. And it was just, it was great. It was a great ending. But Chad making that comment, that suggestion, was a perfect way to end that song.
Joe came in with this idea. I had mentioned to him, we need something acoustic, some like, it would be a good flavor to have acoustic thing. He was like, yeah, cool, like what? Like, I don't know, like, I didn't say blues, I said like, like a Middle Eastern vibe or like, Indian or something. I was like, I don't know. And just whatever, just you put it out there. And he comes up with, but immediately I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I didn't have any brushes, so I wanted to do like a kind of like a brush thing. Sticks would have been too loud, so I taped little snare wires that are on the underneath of a snare drum. Taped the snare wires onto a stick, on both stick. So I'm like using those and only the finest equipment, but this is what you do in a moment of inspiration. You get hit and it's like, man, we got to get it now. It sounds great. Joe's guitar sounded great. I just think it sounds great. This big bombastic part comes in at the end, and I just love it. And actually, Joe gave me the white guitar that he played, the slide on that guitar. He gave it to me. I have it at my house. But if he wants it back, I'll give it to him.
Okay, so the question is, how did a song about a vampire turn into a song about a wolf? I don't know. This is one of those mysteries of Sammy Hagar that, you'll have to interview him. You already have, so maybe you know the story behind this one. And this was a short little piece that I wrote while we were getting ready to record here, and emailed it around, and I think only Mike and Chad actually got a chance to hear it. when we came into the studio, and they were like, yeah, we ought to do that. We can do something with that. Let's just do something. So there wasn't much around it, though. There was just sort of like the main body of the song, but it needed to develop somehow. Andy heard it, and he said, oh, this is great. Let's record it right now. Then Sam finally heard it live. I tuned one of his guitars, and he said, oh, we got to do it. What's it about? So I was singing him. It's about a vampire in New Orleans, and he meets this girl, and he, wants to, make her his own, and they're going to live forever. And that's basically the story. That was the extent of the story, going down to New Orleans. And so we did this very quickly. I don't know, second take. We recorded the body of the song, not the electric part, but the acoustic part. But it's this great recording of us just being musicians, excited about this thing. The guitar is tuned, all the strings are tuned to E except for the B string, and we've got a cool little three-way mic system going on with the guitar, giving it that funky sound. Chad's got a minimal drum kit set up. Were you standing up when you played that, Chad?
No, actually, I was. I had those. I didn't have any brushes, so I had to take the wires off the bottom of the snares and tape them to my sticks.
Is that great? Did you get that story? That's amazing. It's called a snush, right? Have you tried the new Chad Smith snush? Say that 3 times fast,
Comes
kids.
5B and 5C.
Wow.
For Chad.
Wow.
Anyway.
He's got guns. He can play a 5C snush.
Yeah, not everybody can 5C snush. That's how you get the snush.
So he's there with the snush.
Snushing about.
Snushing. He's snushing, and I'm sitting there, and but then over the break, I got an email from Chad. Dear Joe, must have a bombastic exposition of composition to be exciting interlude in the middle of somehow. And we all got very excited about this idea. And so we presented it to our co-producer, Mr. Andy Johns, to say, help us out. We want to somehow, right about kind of like there in the song, we just want the band to kick in. Big drums, throbbing bass, slide guitar, harmonica, whatever. We'll just do something like that. So he figured out a way to get us to go out there and basically overdub to a loop of a section of the song. And that's how we created that middle section there. And then we snipped it together with where it sort of kind of falls down to our original outro, and the song just ends. And then later on, I added some harmonica, and that was that.
2, 3. From Chad, Joe, Sammy, and Mike.
Oh, I get it.
Rolling on that country train, honeysuckle running through her veins, biting down on the great big easy. Hold on to the levee brakes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh yeah! Baptize you up in the muddy water, bring you down, down, down to New Orleans. Woo! And wash the sweet.
Bitten by the wolf. In the future, in the past. I've been turning left, I'm learning to fall. My kind of girl, yeah! Down the drain. Get it out! I'm running out. Wow, yeah! Sexy little thing.